You and your cure have violated an exclusive pharmaceutical patent.
And that's all that matters to you people, isn't it?
We can't afford to position ourselves as opponents to something as revolutionary and groundbreaking as this.
Alright, scene 5, take 1.
We're doing South Africa's first iPhone short film. So we're really hoping that this important story, which is about HIV and AIDS in South Africa and the politics of pharmaceutical patents in researching ARVs, we hope that this story will really capture the South African audience and internationally as well. And shooting it in this innovative way just contributes to its uniqueness. Odell de Wet will be playing Tammy. It's the hero's love interest.
And I worked so hard to prove my father wrong about you, but he was right. You are a coward.
Cut.
Wasn't as nice as the previous one, but it was tired.
Yeah, no, that was good. Enjoyed that. We've got Mehboob, we've got Sandra, who are playing like these rival scientists basically. Like Sandra is playing this kind of senior researcher from a big pharmaceutical company, and Mehboob is playing a generic drug manufacturer. So there's this tension between the big brands and the generics. And then we've got Sean Cameron, who's going to be playing Don. So he's going to play the Don.
Comfortable with this.
Look, I know I'm asking a lot of you, but this plan is the only way of protecting our mutual interests and not getting our hands dirty. This is a cancer. And if the government finds out about Sonny's cure...
I am playing John. He's like the protagonist, and he's kind of an unstable person in the story. So the story is basically about his transformation and how all these external factors affect his inner journey. So yeah.
The characters are very much trained in a tactical manner. They understand tactical close quarter combat, able to react without thinking too much. The style is basically comes from I'd say like a southern kung fu style. And yeah, man, it's looking good. Yeah, I'm gonna come back with the elbow. That's it.
Is that
open it up there? Come there.
No.
Over there.
okay?
I'm gonna put them up against there.
And then bring him into a choke grip.
Okay, so it's the last day of the shoot. We are at Alexander Falls shooting the office scenes, and it's the last day of shooting, and things are going pretty smooth. So we found ways to work out the grain from the iPhone, and our DPOV has been doing a fantastic job. The guy is so smooth, he slides uphill.
My journey with Magic Bullet started more than 2 years ago when I met Errol, and he told me he was working on a feature film script. And so last year when he told me he was going to start it as a short film and shoot here in Cape Town, the first thing that I did was to take him to Flash Photo, which is a gear rental company in Cape Town. And we spoke to the managers there, Dylan and Bruce, and I was just so amazed that they gave us a whole lot of gear for really close to nothing. And so they gave us 2 Carl Zeiss lenses. They gave us a 35mm and a 50mm, and then they also built us a custom rig that we used for the 3 days of the production. And in terms of lighting as well, they gave us like a Kino and a couple of red heads, and really just all sorts of gear that we were thankful to have. So there's a couple of reasons why we shot with an iPhone, and one of the main things that Errol said he wanted to do was to give this film a unique angle. This is something that hasn't been done that much in South Africa, and that we know of, in terms of making a short film with an iPhone. But another thing was to just make a statement that, as a filmmaker, there's just so much available out there if you want to tell your stories. There really isn't an excuse. it did give us quite a blurred image, quite a soft image. But we did the best that we could. And for me personally, coming from a DSLR background, it was just so difficult having my DSLR there and wanting to use it because I just know that image and I trust it. But there was something bigger here with this project. It's just about making a statement and really just doing something that no one has done before. And we really hope that that will just set this film apart going forward. And then hopefully then we can actually do the full feature film at a later stage. Over the last 3 years, I've built a couple of DIY rigs, and Errol asked me to bring some of those rigs to this production. And in particular, I was excited to see my skateboard dolly that we used, and I really hope that it elevated the shots that we have to just again add to that cinematic feel to the film.
George, and today I've been Hillary for the day. Really enjoying being her. She's quite a confused character. She's jumping between being the corporate hat and then going across the genetics.
He's overstepped a legal boundary. We have to protect our territory.
Interesting how I got involved in this project. I did a short movie with a friend of mine called Ryan Kruger, called Time Travels, with Graham Clark and Sean Cameron. And at the end of the day, I basically just tweeted a picture and kind of like rapped for the day. And within an hour, I had got a tweet from Errol to ask me if I was interested to do this amazing project. And it's just, I love Twitter, because I mean, what are the chances? So yeah, we just basically started chatting via email, and of course as soon as I got the script and realised what was going on, I was like, so there dude, so here we are. Day one, wrapped.
My name is Mehboob Bawa and I play the role of Sunny in The Magic Bullet. How did I get involved with the project? Was coerced and was told by gunpoint that you have to do this. No, seriously, I met Errol, strangely enough, the director, probably about 2 years ago maybe, at a film and event media function, and we just got chatting about movies. It's a passion of mine. I've been an actor about 23 years now. But Errol and I just had a great conversation about film and what he was doing. I kind of gave him some advice, I think, that he took to heart. And I got a call from him probably about 3-4 weeks before we went into production of this film, saying he had written a fantastic script and I should read it. He's a part for me. I did. I loved the script. I thought it was really intelligently written, well put together, well thought out. The great thing about it was when I met with him and spoke to him about the motivation for characters and how he saw the plot line going forward. He answered all the questions, very succinctly and in a great way, and it made me very comfortable with the characters and the motivation for them. I also, for my sins, review movies, and I'm a film critic, so I always ask these questions when I watch movies. Why did that character do this, or why did this happen? And sometimes it fails in a movie that the characters are just so poorly written. But with The Magic Bullet, I think that's one of the strengths of the screenplay, is that the characters are so well defined that it's a joy working on the production. I think South Africa really needs filmmakers like Errol to go out there and do their thing. We get very little support from the structures quite often, so this is a fantastic initiative, and I'm blessed to be a part of it.
Was that good? Yep. Okay, well, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's it. Start. It's rock and roll.
You want me to babysit your daughter to Paris? Why can't you do it yourself?
There's more to it than just babysitting, John, and I love you!